Hey, Cade, how are you? How was your practice? I guess it was pretty rainy out there today.
Yes, sir. It was no, it's good for us to get out there and practice in the elements like that. Coach Mucking calls the indoor the lightning shelter, and that's what it is. I a lot of people are out there with soaked cleats and stuff, which is it's just good to practice in that. Overall, I think we had a very energetic, focused practice. We didn't let the rain affect us, it's just preparing for this Saturday.
How do you feel about your position group all set? I mean, it's a position where the players tend to go in and out of the lineup almost on every play. But you got Deb, Tyson, Anthony, and I hope Jacoby and yourself. Tell us about how your position group is set for Saturday.
I think that we've all been competing. We've all been working together really well. There's a lot of things, and I'm sure you've heard this from Coach Vitti a million times, but there's a lot of things that one B-back does better than the other. There's a lot of things, and we complement each other, and we push each other to work on our strengths and work on our weaknesses even more. So I think our group, that's how we see it, be back by committee going into this first game, and being able to keep each other energized, keep each other fresh. Going for a play or two come out, have somebody else come in, and it really keeps that edge on the sideline. It keeps you locked into the game, and I think it really has been beneficial to us in the past, and I hope that's how it works out in the future for us.
Great, thank you.
Okay, last season when you guys were shuttling in, it seemed to me as though you almost played like full series, though, more than just one or two plays. Is that accurate? And do you favor that because it gives you a little more momentum and actual feel for what's going on at the moment?
Honestly, after about two plays, I mean, this is it's an elite game. College football is really fast, and after a couple plays, especially the position we play, because we're running probably a little bit more taxing, spot as far as just how many yards we run, how many miles we put on our legs. So for me, it's best one or two plays and then rotate out, rotate back in. And I think last year with the whole series thing, that was kind of more of a COVID problem, because there's times where we were down. I remember Anthony and I were in the quarantine barracks for the Air Force game, and it's just kind of how the chips played out towards the end of the season. But I think that however we play it, it's going to be best for us. And there's going to be times where maybe B-back does get a whole series, but we trust the process. We trust that our fundamentals and how each person is going to be able to contribute and help the team win. And it doesn't matter like who's in or how long. It's just about getting the wins.
Okay, tell me about that relationship among you B-backs. I mean, I know you just touched about how you're similar or do some things differently, but I'm talking about the personal relationships. Because when I see you, I see Anthony, I see Jacoby, I almost see the same person. The way you guys are so rugged and bullish. Do you guys kind of get a kick out of that? Do you kind of, talk trash to one another? I mean, what's it like with you guys? You want to like compare notes?
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, we always talk a little bit of trash, just harmless trash off the field, messing around. After the scrimmage, all of us went out and went and ate at Buffalo Wild Wings together. So we're a really close knit group. We have a lot of fun off the field, and of course on the field, I think that each of us has that switch we flip, and it's game time. It's time to focus in every practice and every game. And Coach Vitti's always vigilant to remind us to flip that switch, before meetings even start. To lock in and no matter what's going on in your life or down in the Corps Cadets, this is your job now. This is time to focus up, and we get those middle reps, and together on the field, we use each other and we use that energy. And honestly, we we definitely pick on each other and bicker, but like it's always harmless, and it's always about that competitive edge that we have.
Gosh, I hope it wasn't all you can eat wings. Otherwise, they were in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What did you like about the way you played last year? What did you work on coming into this year?
Honestly, I've just last year I just used my intensity and focus to fit runs effectively as far as plays without the ball. and move people. Blocking. It's not just about getting to the right spot, but it's about moving that defender a few yards. And I've been working on my balance and just athleticism, because I'll be honest, Tyson and Ant are some of the most talented backs I've ever seen, and they're far more talented than I'll ever be. But it's all about, being hyper vigilant on working on those small details that I need to get better at, whether it's footwork or keeping my pads low when carrying the ball, all that stuff. There's just a lot of fundamentals that go into it that I have to work on, and I'm continuing to work on. There's a lot of things I did good as well, but, football is like that. I mean, it's a game that you have to continue working. You have to continue perfecting your craft. And, I'm 22 years old and I'm not near where I could be.
Cade, maybe just tell us a little bit about what you see in the Georgia State defense, what things could be a real challenge for you.
Well, they run a 50 defense, which is, what's the same defense Air Force and Navy run. And they're very talented. They're a hardworking team. They look very good on film. So we're going to have to bring our best game. We're going to have to, again, be just focused on our fundamentals as a B-back, our fundamentals as an offense, and, really just have that trust. And Coach Davis talks about it all the time, the one snap contract, with the brotherhood. And I trust everybody on the mob and all the skill players and the QBs. And we know that, if we don't beat ourselves, then we'll come out on top, but we just have to focus on ourselves and not too much on the other team.
Maybe you could just give us a level of detail about what a 50 defense represents.
So essentially it's a 3-4 defense. We call it a 50 front because for triple option teams, usually the two outside backers come down and play the outside 7 or 9 techniques. So it's essentially a 3-4, 2 high safeties, but for the triple option, it turns into more of a 5-2 instead of a 3-4 because those two guys come down on the edge.
So you're facing a 5-man line sometimes, essentially.
Essentially, yes, sir.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And okay, just a quick thing. Why West Point for you, and what's the experience been like?
It's been a tough experience, but it's very rewarding. We had ring weekend last weekend, and the friends you make here, it's amazing. And I came here because I knew that it'd be best for my future. And times you don't see that, when you're a freshman or a sophomore, but the older you get, the more you realize that these people you're around are going to be the best friends you'll ever have for the rest of your life. And it sets you up for success because the hardships you go through make you a tougher person. And I see that now. And I wouldn't dream of going to any other college, never in a million years.
Can you guys repeat your success of last year?
We'll see. We just can't beat ourselves.
Thanks, Cade.
How do you handle the first game week? You got school going. Yeah, I'm sure they have military training. They don't let up on that. And you're getting on a plane on Friday to go play Georgia State in the former Olympic Stadium in Atlanta. How do you handle all that?
Front load the week. It's what I do every game week. You got to front load the week, get all your homework done by Wednesday night. Well, I guess tonight I got to go back down and do all the rest of my homework for the rest of the week. But no, that's how you do it. That way, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you're not thinking about anything but football.